So yesterday, I discussed some advice that I gave a new nurse practitioner that I saw yesterday. We were having conversation, and I just want to follow that up to give you an example because a lot of people say their ego is not an issue, and we know that's just not true. Let me tell you how that shows up for a lot of nurse practitioners that are newly out of school and they're in their first job. It shows up like you not being on time all the time because you feel like now you can do that. That's one of the critical ways that it shows up. The second way it shows up, which is the most detrimental, is you are working patients up. You're doing vital signs. You're doing pregnancy tests. You're doing urine dips. You're doing all those things that give you a dopamine spike. All those things that you're comfortable doing because there's no challenge there. That is not okay. That is your ego. You know you're not going to make a mistake. Yeah, it's not likely that that's going to be an issue, right? That's your ego. And the truth is, there's a few things you're going to have to embrace if you don't want this transition to be so abrasive. You don't want so much friction. First thing is you're going to have to embrace a beginner's mindset. You are a beginner. Right behind that, you're going to have to learn how to ask for and receive feedback without getting defensive. But you're going to have to go ask for it. You're going to have to get over not wanting to go ask because you don't want to look incompetent. You don't want to look like you don't know what you're doing. Get over that. Go ask for the feedback and don't get defensive when you do. The third thing is you're going to have to get over validation because what you really need is collaboration. And the only way to do that is to stay in community. Your ego and your ecosystem. Those are going to be two things that you're going to have to cultivate. You're going to have to work through that ego, work through that imposter syndrome that is fed by the ego, and work through staying in community because you need it. Your ecosystem is going to have to change. So that's what I mean by your ego and your ecosystem. Because then you get upset when you stop working up patients and then somebody come ask you to. Now you feel offended. Why? You were doing it when you felt like it. You were doing it when you thought it was something you could just do to help, and now you're offended because you feel like it's beneath you, your ego. And then you talk to other people, and that's not helpful because they're actually not in the same situation you're in. Your ecosystem. Got to work on both.